Ace the Civil Engineering Board exam tips and techniques. What's up everybody, it's your name and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of concrete, steel, and everything in between. We're talking about the Civil Engineering Licensure Examination, also known as the Gauntlet, the Big Kahuna, the test that stands between you and your dream of becoming a licensed civil engineer. Now, I know what you're thinking, exams, stress, sleepless nights, but hold on. It doesn't have to be that way. We're going to break down the CELE into bite-sized pieces, give you the tips and tricks to conquer each section, and send you on your way to becoming the engineering superheroes you're destined to be. Whether you're fresh out of college or a seasoned pro looking to finally get that license, this video is your secret weapon. We're talking about the strategies I wish I knew when I was studying, the kind of stuff they don't teach you in school. So buckle up, grab your hard hats, and let's build this path to success together. Alright, first things first, we gotta know what we're dealing with. Imagine going into a boxing ring blindfolded. Not a good idea, right? That's why understanding the CELE syllabus and exam pattern is crucial. It's like having a blueprint to a building. You wouldn't start construction without one. Download that syllabus, print it out, and paste it where you can see it every single day. Break it down, identify the key topics, the heavy hitters, and the ones you might need to brush up on. Okay, so you've got your blueprint, you know the enemy, now it's time to hit the books. But hold on, before you dive headfirst into a mountain of textbooks, let's talk strategy. Just like training for a marathon, consistency is key. Cramming might get you through a test or two, but for the CELE you need endurance. Create a study schedule that works for you, and I mean really works for you. Don't try to be a superhero and study for 12 hours straight, you'll burn out faster than a rocket without fuel. Break down your study sessions into manageable chunks, maybe an hour at a time with short breaks in between. And listen, don't be afraid to mix things up. Studying doesn't have to be torture. Now here's the secret sauce. Practice, practice, practice. Remember those past exams and sample papers we talked about? Put them to good use. Solving them is like taking your knowledge for a test drive. Alright, let's talk study hacks. Because let's face it, staring at a textbook for hours on end can be about as exciting as watching paint dry. We need to make this stuff stick, and that's where effective study techniques come in. First up, note-taking. Don't just passively highlight everything in sight. Get those gears turning and summarize key concepts in your own words. Think of it like translating engineering jargon into your own language. This helps you process and retain information way better. And hey, who said studying can't be arts and crafts time? Visual aids are your secret weapon. Diagrams, charts, flowcharts, if it helps you visualize a concept, use it. Our brains love visuals, they're like express lanes for information processing. Speaking of brains, did you know that teaching a concept to someone else is one of the best ways to learn it yourself? It forces you to organize your thoughts and explain things clearly. Okay, let's talk about visual aids again because they're just that awesome. Remember those times when you were struggling to understand a complex concept, and then bam! A single diagram made everything crystal clear? That's the power of visuals, my friends. Think of your brain as a supercomputer with a preference for images. It processes visual information way faster than text, so why not use that to your advantage? When you come across a tricky concept, grab a piece of paper and start sketching. Flowcharts are your best friend when it comes to understanding processes. Got a multi-step calculation? Flowchart it. Need to memorize the different types of foundations? You guessed it, flowchart time. And don't underestimate the power of color coding. Use different colors for different categories, formulas, or anything else that helps you organize information. Alright engineers, let's face it, studying solo can get lonely. Sometimes you just need to bounce ideas off someone else, share a groan over a particularly nasty equation, or celebrate a hard-earned victory. That's where the magic of study groups comes in. Think of it like building a bridge. We're back to bridges, I know, I can't help it. You wouldn't try to lift those massive beams all by yourself, would you? You'd gather a team, each member bringing their own strengths and expertise to the table. That's exactly what a study group is all about. You've got your concrete expert, your steel guru, your geotechnical whiz all working together towards a common goal, acing the CELE. You can quiz each other, explain concepts in different ways, and even share study tips and resources. But here's the real secret sauce of study groups: teaching others. Remember that concept you were struggling with? Try explaining it to your group. Okay, time for a little tough love. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, those areas where we excel, and those that make us want to run for the hills. But here's the thing. Identifying your weak areas is not about beating yourself up, it's about strategic improvement. Think of it like this. You're an engineer inspecting a bridge. You wouldn't just glance at the shiny parts and call it a day, would you? You'd meticulously examine every nook and cranny, looking for potential weaknesses that could compromise the entire structure. That's exactly what you need to do with your knowledge base. Go through the syllabus, review practice problems, and be brutally honest with yourself. Which topics make you sweat? Which formulas send you running for cover? Once you've identified your weak areas, it's time to turn those weaknesses into strengths. Alright engineers, let's talk about tools of the trade. Just like a carpenter wouldn't show up to a job with just a hammer, you can't expect to conquer the CELE with just one textbook. It's time to build your arsenal of comprehensive study materials. First up, textbooks. They're the foundation of your knowledge, the blueprints to your engineering success. But don't just stick to the ones assigned in class. Branch out, explore different authors, and find the ones that resonate with your learning style. Next, review guides. Think of them as your cheat codes, your shortcuts to understanding complex concepts. Alright engineers, let's talk about something super important. Your well-being. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you're running on fumes, it's not going to do you much good. Think of it like this. You wouldn't expect a car to run smoothly without regular maintenance, would you? Your body and mind are the same way. They need fuel, rest, and rejuvenation to function at their best. So let's talk about how to keep those engines running smoothly throughout your CELE journey. First up, sleep. I know, all-nighters seem like a rite of passage for engineering students, but trust me, sacrificing sleep is like shooting yourself in the foot. Alright engineers, the big day is here. You've put in the work, you've studied hard, and now it's time to show what you know. But even with all that preparation, exam day jitters can creep in. So, let's talk about some strategies to help you stay cool, calm, and collected under pressure. First things first, logistics. Make sure you know exactly where the exam is being held, what time it starts, and what you need to bring. The last thing you want is to show up late or realize you've forgotten your calculator. Next, time management. Familiarize yourself with the exam format and the allotted time for each section. Pace yourself accordingly, and don't spend too much time on any one question. Alright engineers, we're in the home stretch. You're in the exam room, the clock is ticking, and you're facing a problem that looks like it came straight out of a textbook from another dimension. Don't panic. This is a completely normal part of the exam experience. Remember all those hours you spent studying, all those practice problems you tackled, all those concepts you mastered. That knowledge is still there, tucked away in your brain, ready to be accessed. Take a deep breath, close your eyes for a moment, and visualize yourself confidently solving that problem. Now let's talk strategy. Sometimes the best way to approach a challenging problem is to step away from it for a bit. Move on to another question, clear your head, and come back to it with fresh eyes. You'll be amazed at what a little perspective can do. And there you have it, folks. Our crash course on how to conquer the CELE. Remember, becoming a licensed civil engineer is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes dedication, perseverance, and a whole lot of brain power. But trust me, the reward is well worth the effort. So go out there, put these tips and techniques into practice, and build the future you've always dreamed of. And remember, whether you're designing bridges, skyscrapers, or roller coasters, because hey, engineers can have fun too. The world needs your skills and your passion. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, share it with your fellow engineering comrades, and subscribe for more awesome content. Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and keep on building.